Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how I made the moat around the Queen of Hearts castle in my last video. I made a rug that looks like or resembles water and had faces in it to resemble the little pond or lake that was around the Queen of Hearts castle in the live action Alice in Wonderland. So I'm going to show you how I did that today. It's not the greatest, but I'm very much an amateur at this sort of thing. So let's just get straight into it and see if you like it. First, you're going to want to add a new touch of magic design from your furniture menu. You're going to change the color of it. So this top one lets you change the material. You're going to want to choose this kind of marbled one, and you're going to change it into 3 different colors of like this teal aqua color basically. And from there you're going to up the glossiness all the way and turn on the metal effect to it. From there we're going to add some layers to this. We're going to use the face from the Evil Queen's mirror. It was the closest thing I had to those stone faces that are in the pond in the movie. And then I also added this ombre effect in this dark blue. I figured it gave it a little bit more dimension. You're basically just going to size it so that it hides perfectly under the face. It just, again, gives it a little bit more dimension, feels a little bit more real, at least in my opinion. So when you're done sizing it perfectly to hide under the face, you're just going to move it down 1 so that it's actually under the face layer. I hope that makes sense. And then you're just going to repeat this process, making different sized faces and angling them differently each time. Except the shadow for it needs to be at a similar angle, and then again just hiding underneath, or sized correctly to hide underneath the face. And the only reason for that is because you want it to look as though the sunlight is hitting each of them the same way, if that makes sense. So again, it adds dimension and it feels more real. I did different sized faces and different angles because, first of all, the angles make it look more like it's actually floating along a river. And then the different sizes, you'll notice in the live action Alice in Wonderland, they all have different expressions and they're different sized faces because they were, I believe, actual human heads and then they turned to stone. It's a little bit dark, but I liked the idea for my actual build, so that's what I went with. So I hope that helps a little bit. We are just going to continue along. I added quite a few of these. I believe I did 6 or 7, just to make it look very natural, very like there's a bunch of them in there, because in the movie there's quite a few heads, and then they use the stone heads as little stepping stones basically to get across, to sneak into the Queen of Hearts castle. So I figured I should add quite a few. So now I'm on to the 6th and final one. You don't have to do like 6 like I did. You could do more or less depending on the size that you decide to do for each one, but 6 just fit perfectly for me. And I only make one version of this rug, and I just kind of turn it to make it feel different each time. You'll see in a minute here when I design something for us. I am going to show you how I did the foliage and everything around it, just quick and simple, more like a pond rather than the moat that I did, but still give you some idea on how to use it. So here you'll see that I turned the other rug the opposite direction. I figured that helped quite a bit to make it look a little bit more natural. And then from there, I just randomly added bushes, butterfly flowers, and rocks, and then some ferns just to make it look very natural. I added some mushrooms and trees, and this is how it looks. I think it comes out pretty nice. You'll see like the reflection from the metal. It will show the trees in it and everything, so it mimics a reflection of an actual like river, lake, pond, whatever you want to do with it. So this is just like a simple idea with it. If you want to see what I did with the Queen of Hearts castle, I will link that video down below. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Thank you. Bye.